Good day everyone and welcome to this video lesson. I'm Instructor Uche and welcome. In today's video lesson, we're going to be talking about this topic this branch of physics rather, called thermal physics. And we're going to be explaining the difference between heat and temperature. Now, what is thermal physics? Thermal physics, simply put, it is a branch of physics, like I said earlier, that deals with heat, temperature, and how energy moves. Thermal physics is a branch of physics that deals with basically heat and temperature in short. Thermal physics is a branch of physics that deals with heat and temperature. Now, like I said earlier, I'm going to explain the difference between heat and temperature. Now, what is heat? First of all, have a mindset that heat is a form of energy. Heat is first of all a form of energy. Now, it is a form of energy which flows due to temperature difference. Please connect it now. These are areas where WAEC asks questions on. Heat is a form of energy which flows due to temperature difference. What does it mean? It either flows from a high temperature to a low temperature, or from a low temperature to a high temperature. We say it is what? A form of energy which flows due to temperature difference, which is either from high temperature to low temperature or vice versa. Now, we say it is the measure of the total energy of a system. This is the part that WAEC and JAM need. We say what? It is the measure of the total energy of a system. It is the measure of the total energy. Please, that word total energy of a system is the vital word there. For example, heat. We say first of all, heat is a form of energy which flows due to temperature difference, either from a high temperature to low temperature, or from a low temperature to high temperature. We also say heat is what? Is the measure of the total energy of a system. Heat makes us feel a sensation of hotness. Heat is produced from different sources, from the sun, that is solar energy. Heat is also produced from friction. If you rub your hands together for minutes, it becomes hot. Heat is also produced through chemical reactions. For example, when you add H2SO4, that's in chemistry, which is a sulfuric acid. If you add it to water, it produces heat. Alright? These are ways that heat is produced. And its unit is what? Is joules. Is measured in joules. Because what? It is a form of energy, and energy is measured in joules. Please understand this key concept. Understand it. The definition of heat and how it is produced, and the unit of heat is measured in joules. Alright? Now, what about temperature? Temperature is the degree of hotness or coldness of a body. Yes? But that definition is we can say it's the layman definition. But as an A+ physics student, you tell them that temperature is the average kinetic energy of a system, of a substance. Remember, see the difference. We say heat is the total energy of a system, but we say temperature is the average kinetic energy of a system or a substance. Heat is the total energy of that system. Temperature is the average kinetic energy of that system or that substance. And the unit of temperature is Kelvin. Temperature is measured in Kelvin. Right? Each unit is Kelvin. The unit is Kelvin. And it is measured using a thermometer. Please take note. It is measured using a thermometer, but the unit is Kelvin. Please understand the difference between heat and temperature. After this video, we are going to solve or see a past question on the difference between heat and a JAM past question. Thank you very much. Please subscribe to the channel. If you are seeing it, please subscribe to or follow my Facebook page, please, and drop a like. Also drop your comments. Thank you very much. Now let's look at this past question under the difference between heat and temperature. It's a jam-pass question. Well, I usually repeat questions on this, okay? Now, it says, in the study of physics, temperature and heat are often confused with each other. Which of the following statements correctly defines these two elements? In the study of physics, temperature and heat are often confused with each other. Which of the following statements correctly defines these two elements? A. Temperature is the measure of the average kinetic energy of the molecules of a substance. B. Heat is the measure of the total kinetic energy of molecules in a system. C. Different materials require different amounts of heat to cause a change in temperature. D. All of the above. Now, if you look at these statements from option A to D, option A says temperature is the measure of the average kinetic energy of the molecules of a system. Yes. We say temperature is the average kinetic energy of a system, right? Now, option B says heat is the measure of the total. That is just what we need. So option A and B are correct. How about option C? Option C says different materials require different amounts of heat to cause a given change in temperature. Yes, now. Different materials require different amounts of heat to cause a change in temperature. That is true. Option D says all of the above. Option A is correct, option B is correct, option C is correct, option D, the answer is all of the above. This is how JAMB asks questions on this. We are going to solve further questions. Stay tuned.